Pre this, from 1928 until 2024, you know, say smartness dropped significantly. Yeah, man, smartness cut by almost 50% in the population. Big man thing. And consumption increased significantly. But you see, you have to pay attention to how things move on. Watch me now. You have a thing what they call a silent generation. Yes, that generation started in 1920s, just after World War One in 1914. That silent generation was the generation who experienced World War One and World War Two. So they used two world wars and silent a particular generation. Silence a generation with two world wars. So people stop thinking that these world wars are just world wars. They are here to lower your IQs, right? Smartness significantly reduced since 1928, at least by 50%, right? And what we realize that actually takes the place of smartness is technology, the technological development, work. This work. Working actually lower your IQ. The statistics are showing that. This is no longer just some talking, you know. Your favorite people are showing you the data that the more you work, your IQ decreases. So then you have this generation that came after the silent generation. Even though the silent generation were rich in morals and values, yes, and honesty. We realize that as successful generation comes, these very important pillars actually were actually challenged, and now we are seeing where they are significantly reduced. But watch me now. After the silent generation, you have a next generation come through what them called baby boomers. Them come in at the 1940s there. The boomers them. Now, these were the children from the silent generation. So through this silent generation, keep them mouth shut because them did afraid and they go through something called the Great Depression. Them really depressed. They were so fearful they told their successful generation and children, get a job, go work in the industries and the fields, go work hard, you know? Work hard and take care of yourself and take care of your family. Go work hard, man, you know? So these people didn't bother to build on morals and values of such. They didn't bother to improve their smartness, their intelligence, their IQ. They went to work. And as a result, the IQ, the smartness started to drop. Yeah, these people put to work over everything else. Work over family and everything else. Then you have this following generation that they call Generation X. Yes, this generation, because the previous generation, the boomers went to work and displayed this high level of commitment to working. They actually hijacked the successive generation of the boomers, which was Generation X. So they are Generation X in what is called the technological fields. So Generation X really birthed the era of technology, right? They were the ones that first, used these huge computers. They started out with the classical type of emails and information exchanging systems. But later on, they didn't have anything to do with morals either. I mean, their IQ went even further down. See? Because being in the technological field and working assiduously in these areas, it's actually work. So you were still at work, but the technology had you in such a way at that time you didn't even realize you were at work, but you were at work. So Gen X gave birth to the technological era, the big computers, all of that sort of thing, the mailing, the emailing, and all of that. Now you have a next generation that came after Generation X. They call them the Millennials, Generation Y. This is the generation that really brought music to the forefront. You know what I mean? Put life into music and make, music lifestyle. The millennials did this, right? Even though it was introduced by the Gen X, millennial made it a lifestyle. Just the same, even clothes, fashion, styles were introduced by Gen X, and these things become lifestyle by Generation Y. We are one of the generation, the millennials are one of the generation that praise clothes, shoes. We were the first ones to do that. And we were the first generation to usher in what is called social media. You see, we went all out with social media. We found a way to use social media to make money. So we didn't even put so much emphasis per se on work, because work appeared a little different to us. We could work at home, work at play, work in the workplace as well. But majority of us was working. We see working as a normal way because of what our silent generation did to us. The seed they planted. Like working was the normal thing to do. And as a result, even though we were here with the clothes, we were also consuming a lot. I think we were the most consumptive generation of all the generations up until this point. You see? And as a result, we ate so much sweet, we ate a poor diet, so our IQ significantly dropped. Right? And then we pass this baton on to Generation Z, Gen Z, which is currently the most conspicuous generation. They consume a lot. You see? So we call them the conspicuous consumptive generation. They buy everything. But what is unique about this generation is that they find a way to use every social media engine as a method, as a mean to make money. You see? They are the generation that will make money for fun. They are the generation that will work from home. They are the ones that will monetize their talents, their gift, their skills. They are the one that is really about the money and making it in the easiest and the quickest way. They are also the generation that they introduced scamming to. Even though it was talked about by previous generation, they make scamming a lifestyle, right? And they make music lifestyle times 100 compared to the previous generation, right? So this is the trend. Now we see that Gen Z, they're out here, nothing to do with family, nothing to do with morals, nothing to do with values of such, They have usurped morals and values with respect. You know what I mean? Which is okay, it works, but morals and values is very, very different from respect. We have seen where you have used work, technology, and usurp your IQ, your intelligence, your smartness. So this is where we're at today. So we talk nothing much about the culture, nothing much about self-purpose, soul mission and all of that. And we see adults out here 70, 80, 90 years old, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old on the internet, barely have any substance and any content to share with young people. They have no direction. They can't tell you what to do to get this thing right or for us to win again. It's sad. We are in an experiment and we have to do something about it now.